Episode 349. The sword's point was aimed, and my heart leapt into my throat. Lord Grimm still seemed completely unaware that if this grenade hit the group on the upper left, his chances of escape would increase significantly. The grenade traced an arc through the air. The moment it hit the ground, it would explode in a wide radius. But then, Lord Grimm suddenly spun around. In the same motion, he drew his sword. A flash of steel met the grenade in mid-air, slicing it in two. It exploded instantly into a fiery ball. A pang of regret shot through him as the sword found its mark, but in the next instant, the blade's light vanished. Lord Grimm's weapon was already leveled, and a tongue of flame spat from its barrel. Yet the grenadier on the rooftop showed no reaction at all, still reloading to attack. It was too late for Swordpoint to warn him. Lord Grimm had fired an anti-tank missile. By the time the grenadier realized it, he couldn't dodge. The blast wave from the explosion sent him tumbling once more, this time into the street on the opposite side. Swordpoint was utterly stunned by the scene. He knew his stuff, after all. What had just happened in that split second was packed with incredibly high-level skill. Lord Grimm's sword strike cleaved the airborne grenade in two. Few players could pull off such precise microcontrol with such high consistency. But then, his follow-up anti-tank missile was launched under the cover of the grenade's flash and blast, leaving the Spitfire completely unaware. For the Spitfire, Lord Grimm's shot was completely masked by the grenade's blast. By the time he saw the incoming shell, it was already too late to dodge. To exploit such a minute detail is no simple feat. He had to perfectly gauge his opponent's position and line of sight, fully understand the grenade's blast radius, and execute the anti-tank cannon with blistering APM, all within the explosion's split-second window. Swordpoint turned and ran once more, his resolve absolute. The more skilled you were, the more you realized in that moment just how terrifying Lord Grimm truly was. Jianfeng Suaji realized it now. He no longer hoped for anyone to stop Lord Grimm. Whether he could escape or not was all down to luck. Swordpoint didn't look back. He just ran, a pure, straight-ahead sprint. He didn't care what was behind him, didn't want to know how close Lord Grimm was, or if he'd pulled a whole new mob of monsters. He just wanted to run. This straight-line dash was his only shot at escape. A gunshot rang out. Swordpoint didn't look back, just shifted his course a fraction. Whether he'd dodge it was now in the hands of fate. Another shot rang out. Swordpoint twisted his body but still didn't look back. The gun kept firing. Swordpoint kept weaving left and right as he ran. His health bar never dropped, proving he hadn't been hit. A flicker of hope reignited in Swordpoint's heart. Was he really tapping into some hidden potential at this critical moment to pull off such a brilliant, masterful dodge? Amidst the relentless gunfire, Swordpoint felt he was moving with the effortless grace of the legendary floating steps on water. Another shot rang out. Swordpoint twisted away, his health bar still full.
Whoa, that was slick.
Jianfeng Suaji marveled inwardly at the sight. But then, from the corner of his eye, he caught something moving, keeping pace with him. Ignore it. Just run. Swordpoint wasted no time. Then, gunfire rang out again. In the corner of his vision, a flash of light seemed to ignite. A figure came into full clear view on Swordpoint's screen. It was Lord Grimm, facing him, yet moving backward the whole way because he was using aerial gunfire. Swordpoint was about to cry. The guy had been using the aerial gunner technique to chase him the whole time, while he'd been twisting and turning like he was dodging sound cues. He must have looked like a total lunatic.
You put on quite a show with those moves.
Jianfeng Suaji heard the man's praise. He was ready to draw his sword. No matter how terrifying the opponent was, he wouldn't just surrender. He had to fight back, to put up a desperate struggle. That was the only way to be a real man. Swordpoint stared intently at Lord Grimm, who had now appeared in his line of sight. With a grunt, another stream of fire snakes shot out. It was pure reflex for Swordpoint now. Hearing that sound, he instinctively twisted aside. Yet this shot still wasn't aimed at him.
Getting addicted, are we?
The opponent laughed again. But the pointed sword was a source of shame and fury. He finally drew his own blade, and took the initiative to attack Lord Grimm. So what if he's a god? Killing myself only costs 10% of my XP today. Today's the day I go all out.
I'll fight you to the death.
Swordpoint roared as he struck, but Lord Grimm nimbly sidestepped the blow. Where had his opponent gone wrong?
What a miserable failure.
Yi Shu smiled. Jianfeng Suoji was startled. He'd been too focused on listening for gunfire. Only now did he realize a set of rapid footsteps had already drawn dangerously close.
What's this?
Swordpoint hurriedly swung his view around. A flash of crimson light was already upon him. He saw the ID floating above the attacker's head. Soft mist. Tang Ru and Su Mu Cheng had teamed up, managing to clear out those dozen or so overleveled resident mobs and the Christmas thief together.
Huh?
With Tang Ru as the primary DPS, Soft Mist, now wielding the max-level Battle Mage's will, unleashed devastating attack power. This was something a launcher of the same level, like Windward Formation, simply couldn't match. They cleared out the mobs, killed the Christmas thief, and recovered the stolen gifts. Tang Ru steered Soft Mist, chasing after the direction of the sword's point. With another activation of the 7th stage fighter's will, plus the movement speed boost from the neutral elemental orb, Soft Mist's current speed was a full 30% faster than normal. And there was Swordpoint, still twisting and turning, only to be rapidly overtaken by Soft Mist, charging straight at him in a direct line. Swordpoint had been so full of himself, treating Yichua's Lord Grim as his ultimate foe, but all Lord Grim did was toss 4 measly minions his way for a bit of fun. The one truly coming for him now was Soft Mist, the very player he had just tried to trap. A flash of crimson light. By the time Swordpoint saw it, it was already too late to dodge. The Crimson Moon Spear delivered a sky strike, launching Swordpoint into the air. His body was still frozen in the pose of turning to look behind him. The Crimson Moon Spear whistled back, only to thrust forward again with even greater force. It struck him square in the chest, lifting Swordpoint's aim and slamming him hard into the ground. The direction of the throw was deliberate. Tang Ru, having learned from her mistake, was careful not to draw aggro from the mobs with this attack. The circle swing was executed with clean precision, its shockwave not even grazing the resident mobs chasing after Swordpoint.